It's kind of funny how it jiggles like that.
Here I come, ready or not, better make way, 'cause I'm coming in hot like a wildfire.
So I'm about to hop in the shower here really quick. It is, I don't even know what time it is. It's after 8 p.m. and it's Monday. I wanted to check in with you guys because I feel like most of the time I'm like, you know, really cheerful and like, you know, always showing like the highlights and like the good parts of everything that's going on, and honestly, like, I feel like I ought to show the not so good parts too. So yesterday was check-in day. Yesterday was Sunday. I believe yesterday started week 9, and I got on a scale and I was up 0.6 pounds, which that alone didn't really upset me too much. It was more so the fact that, like, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes when you feel like you're putting in all this effort and you're working so hard and like you don't see, like, you don't physically see the progress, whether it's in the numbers or in your progress pictures, I don't know, it's kind of disheartening, and you just, I don't know, you just kind of get discouraged. And like, and I know that I can be doing better with my water, with my fiber, with my steps. Like, I just know that I've also been kind of slacking too, so I kind of, you know, I obviously feel responsible, like, because I know that there are areas where I could improve. But anyways, so my coach also upped my steps for this week. So this is kind of like the first real change that we're implementing. And so, but yeah, it's hard to carve out the time, especially because, you know, I sit for my job. You know, my job is sedentary and I sit for 8 hours a day. You know, this morning when I did my workout, I did an elliptical session, which is about 25 minutes long. That counts towards my steps. And then on my lunch, I took the dogs for a quick, like, 15-minute walk around the block. And then, you know, I finished my day and I realized I still had like 2,000 steps to go. So it's just like, you know, at the end of your day, you really just want to like chill and like lay on the couch and just like get some me time. And it's like, I guess I'm just a little bit bummed out because, you know, here I am. It's almost 9 p.m. and I'm just now hopping in the shower so that I can go to sleep and go back to the grind tomorrow. So I don't know, I just felt like I needed to come on here and share my frustrations and just show you the real, you know, be real with you guys, and just let you know that it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but we're doing it and we're staying positive and optimistic, and, you know, we're still gonna strive to have a good week. So I'll let you know how things go. This has been my go-to lunch lately, which is just some egg whites, spinach and or arugula, and some sliced tomatoes with some salt and pepper and feta cheese. I'm just getting ready to go to the gym. I am cutting up some lemons to put in my water bottle, and I just wanted to talk about my struggles this week, because this week is a struggle. It's been a struggle. I mean, I started off strong, like the week started off really good, and then Thursday I had a dinner with, like, a work dinner with some girls from work, and you know, I went into it just being like, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy myself and you know, just not really worry about it, you know, not overindulge or anything like that, but just you know, have a cocktail or two and just eat whatever sounds good on the menu and just call it an untracked meal. Like, I just wasn't really too worried about it. And now it's all fine and dandy until yesterday. Then we had like a birthday party for our niece, and you know, there was pizza and there was cake, and I'll be honest, I caved. I did. I had a slice of pizza, and I wasn't beating myself up over that, because like typically I would have like 2 or 3 normally. And so I had a single slice of pizza, like a little square slice of pizza, and then I had a small slice of cake as well. I'm not much of a desserts person anyways. I'm not really a big sweets desserts person. I never have been. So, you know, I wasn't too worried about the cake, you know, overindulging with that or anything like that. I knew that I could have a bite of cake and, you know, that would be fine. Where I really messed up was I came home afterwards, and knowing full well that, like, okay, I've had my treats for today. I had pizza, I had cake, and I was like, you know, obviously I wasn't really able to track that accurately or at all, really. So I was kind of like, okay, today's kind of a wash, but that's fine. Like, I don't think I did too much damage. But then I ate Tostitos or nacho chips with buffalo dip. Like, I just had like I blacked out. Like, I had a moment of weakness where I was just like, I need it so bad. Like, I don't know. I was trying to give myself some grace with a dinner, and then I was trying to give myself some more grace with the birthday party, and then like I'm trying to give myself grace with, you know, the snacking last night when I got home. And granted, it was like maybe a single serving of chips and a single serving of dip, but still, it was more than I wanted to indulge. But again, I'm gonna give myself some grace. I'm gonna try and forgive myself and move past it, and you know, we'll see how tomorrow's weigh-in goes. And I don't have any expectations, so you know, if it doesn't go well, I'll know why. And then, you know, if it does go well, I'll be pleasantly surprised and pleased. And if it doesn't go well, I'll just know that I have to be better for next week and just move on. So that's where I'm at. But I just wanted to share my struggles this week, because you know, not every week is perfect, and you know, as hard as I try to stay on track and, you know, make smart choices, you know, life happens, and there are always going to be temptations, and I am human and I give into those temptations sometimes. So, you know, every day, every meal is a lesson, and you know, you can't beat yourself up too much. So we'll see what happens. So today I'm going to be trying out a new recipe. This one is for protein bagels. I've been kind of seeing this recipe going around on the internet, so I figured I would give it a try. Today we have my cameraman joining me, and also starring Phoebe and Frankie. So for this recipe, you will need 150 grams or 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. You can also use self-rising flour. You'll also need 1 scoop of protein powder. I think you can make it without the protein powder, and it does specify whey protein powder, but I'm going to be trying it with vegan protein powder. Now, the protein powder that I use, if you guys are wondering, is the Orgain organic protein. This one is unflavored, but it does come in other flavors as well. You will also need 2/3 of a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You can omit this if you're using self-rising flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then 1 egg for egg wash. You could probably use egg whites or like liquid eggs as well. And then seasoning of your choice. So for this one I'm using the last of my everything bagel seasoning. This one's from Trader Joe's, but I know that there's a few different brands that you can kind of get wherever. So the first instruction is just to kind of add all the dry ingredients together in a bowl and mix them up. So let's get started. Now you can add your Greek yogurt. And then you're just going to want to use a spatula to mix everything up. Once it comes together, you'll use your hands to form it into a ball of dough in your bowl. Now it's not really forming into a bowl. It did say that you might have to use some more yogurt depending on how thick your yogurt is. Oh yeah, we'll probably need some more yogurt. So instead of adding more yogurt, I actually just added some water to the mix, and that seems to be helping. Definitely feels more doughy and sticky the way that it should. So once you have it in a ball, you can actually just move it to a flour dusted surface. Alright, so add your ball of dough to your lightly floured surface. And you're going to break it into 3 equal-sized pieces.
Not sure I would consider that lightly floured surface.
Now you can obviously weigh out each piece to make sure they're even, but eyeballing should work pretty well too for these. And then you're just going to want to knead them for about 30 seconds.
Feifei is very interested in what you're doing.
No bagels for Feifei. Now the reason I chose to make bagels was because generally speaking, bagels aren't the most macro friendly. They are pretty low in protein, high in carbs, and then obviously the cream cheese is pretty high in fat. So making them this way, homemade with some additional protein, makes them fit into the macro lifestyle a little bit better. So then you want to roll it into a rope. It's kind of funny how it jiggles like that. And the recipe did state that it might not look that big when you bring the ends together, but keep in mind that these will expand in the oven. So then you're just going to want to transfer your bagels to your baking sheet. So this recipe was actually meant for the air fryer. I do have an air fryer, so you could totally use an air fryer for this, but I'm actually going to pop these in the conventional oven. So I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. The air fryer, it says 350 degrees.
Why are you choosing the oven over the air fryer?
I don't know, I just, because there's not really a lot of room in the basket for like all 3 of them, I feel like.
Yeah. You probably get better results, so.
You think so? And so the last step is just to lightly brush your bagels with an egg wash to help the seasonings stick to the top of them. I don't have a brush, but the good old paper towel trick should work, so.
Are you supposed to grease the bottom of the pan before you put those on?
I didn't really say,
Okay.
so we'll find
That
out.
should be quite the experience.
We'll find out. And then the last step is to add your seasoning. So you can obviously do like cheese bagels. What other kind of bagels are there?
Everything bagels?
That's what I'm making.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
not a ton of sesame seeds left in this, huh? It's mostly poppy seeds. All right, let her rip. And so you're just gonna let those bake for about 10 to 12 minutes. So we'll go ahead and set our timer. One thing to note, it does say don't try to get fancy and add like extra protein powder. This will actually dry out the bagels. You can also, make them into smaller bagels and make 4 bagels. That'll obviously change the macros on these just a little bit, but that way if you want like a smaller calorie bagel, you can do it that way as well. And they're also, great to freeze too, so you can make big batches of them and freeze them. And so the calories and macros on these bagels for the 3 servings are 240 calories, 40 grams of carbs, 19 grams of protein, which is amazing, and 0 grams of fat. So I ended up leaving them in the oven an additional 8 minutes. I kept bumping up the time by 2 minutes just because they weren't quite golden brown yet, but they look like they turned out pretty good. They're nice and soft and doughy, and I can't wait to try them. This one turned out perfect. Nice golden brown on the bottom. Oh, I can't wait to bite into it. That is so good. They're nice and soft. I thought they were gonna be like really dense, but they're really, really good. I probably could have toasted it first, but they're still pretty warm from the oven, so. Okay. Highly recommend this recipe. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the booty band that I showed you guys in the last video. It is so worth the money. My buns definitely feel the burn. It's probably not the best if you're like new to working out or like new to glute workouts, because it definitely is like super high resistance. So it might be best to start off with like a lower resistance band, something that you get at Target or Five Below or something like that. But if you're really looking to activate the glutes before a workout, the Susie B Fitness bands are high quality and definitely worth the money. So yeah, just wanted to give you an update on that. I will be sure to link the protein bagel recipe down below for you guys in case you want to try it out yourself. But I'm already like, do I need to make more? Because 3 is not gonna last me the week, so. Yeah, no, they were really, really good. So last week when I did my weigh-in or my check-in, my coach was like, all right, we're gonna turn it up a notch, and we're going to raise your step goal from 8,000 on training days to 10,000, and from 10,000 on rest days to 12,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have not even been hitting that. So it's really kind of lit a fire under my ass. And so I'm like really making steps a priority. You know, how active you are during the day outside of working out is, you know, still just as important as, you know, the workouts. It's the workouts themselves. So, you know, for me, it's really tough to kind of get in those steps and get that that activity throughout the day, because I sit, I have, you know, a desk job. So, you know, 8 hours a day, I'm just sitting at a desk. So, you know, it's really hard to find those breaks in the day, to just get up and move around. So, having those step goals really challenges me to get up and make sure that I'm getting, that I'm being more active throughout the day. So, but I will close the vlog out here. I appreciate you guys watching, and like I said, let me know if you try the bagel recipe and you know, how it turns out. I was super impressed. So give it a shot and let me know what you think. Please subscribe, please leave a comment, and I will see you in the next video.